It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I'm super excited to bring you a beer from North Brewing Company that's available in Morrisons, a new Morrisons craft beer then. This beer is called Invisible Cities. It's a 6.7% ABV Hazy IPA in a 440 milliliter can. There's a look at the can. I have had, I'm pretty sure North Brewing Company won't mind me saying this, I've had a love and hate relationship over the last few years with North Brewing Company's beers in the supermarket. I called Tesco's North Brewing Company, I think it was called Lost Cosmonauts, I think it was called. I called that beer the best supermarket beer ever. Absolutely ever. When they first put a beer into Tesco, I thought it was terrific. Then a few more beers that were very, very good. Then I had a couple of beers that I wasn't a fan of in Tesco, and then they've kind of like almost like done this not an about turn, but they kind of like, for me, the last few releases have been brilliant again from North Brewing Company. So I hope this is good. 6.7% ABV, described as a full-bodied hazy IPA full of juicy orange, zesty lime and creamy coconut flavour. So you get that zesty lime and coconut flavour from a certain hop. And it's just come to me. Oh, I feel very clever in this moment because I never get the hops right. Now, all you lovely craft beer professionals out there, it's Sabro, isn't it? It's the Sabro hop that offers lime and coconut flavours in a beer. Hope I'm right. Comment in the comments box. So that looks fantastic. £3.50 in a can in Morrisons. Oh, look at it's got some sediment in it. In the beer, look at this, there's some sediment floating round. Made its way to the bottom of the glass. I like a bit of sediment in my beer, always have. I think it just offers, for me, I've always felt naturally like, hey, this offers a little bit of extra quality in the beer. Even when I knew barely anything about beer when I first started reviewing beer, whenever I reviewed a beer with sediment in, it was always better than a beer without sediment in. It always had that extra layer of flavour. Couldn't explain it back then because I didn't really know what I was talking about. But I can explain it better now. I suppose... and this is only from talking to brewers, if you're taking away all of the time, if you're making a beer really bright and sparkly and lovely, you know, like a magpie looking at a beer, then it's going to be shiny and clear and crisp, isn't it? And that's what the majority of people in the 1980s and 1990s and certainly the early 2000s wanted to drink. It's only the last 5 years where we've had these hazy IPAs now and hazy beers where people look past a bright beer. People look past a shiny magpie style beer that you know you drink with your eyes. It doesn't matter anymore that it's nice and hazy. Certainly in the craft beer world. So that sediment there, extra flavour, nice and hazy, good carbonation, lovely look to the beer, really lovely look. Good head retention. Let's get the aroma. It's straw coloured. Yeah. Ah, it smells fantastic. Really fantastic. Lovely kind of soft, pillowy malt aromas coming out, like wafer malt, light, fluffy wafer malt aromas, hoppy, zesty tangerine orange peel? Are we getting any of that lime and coconut? Should we have a look? Yes, to a certain extent, little bit of lime, little bit of coconut. It's not dominating the aroma of the beer, thankfully. It's all in tune, it's all in balance. But it smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. So my love and hate relationship with North Brewing in the supermarket has just gone from kind of like still loving it kind of that much in terms of balance to like, right, the balance has tipped over. Loving it. This is fantastic beer from North Brewing Company. It's soft, it's pillowy, it's drinkable, it's juicy, it's refreshing. There's a little tickle of carbonation that pushes the beer round the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Is it worth £3.50 of my hard-earned money? Yes. Pardon me. Yes, absolutely it is. Absolutely. This is the type of beer that last minute, you've had a phone call. Sunday afternoon, the sun's just broken out into the sky. You get a phone call. Oh, we're having a last minute barbecue round a mate's house or round the family's house. And you're like, oh, I need to shoot out and get some beer. I haven't got time to drive out to Cardiff to the bottle shop. Bit too far away, not going to get back in time. I'm just going to shoot down to my local Morrisons and I'm going to pick up some beer. And this is this off the cuff kind of, I don't mind spending £3.50. It's going to be good. It's going to be drinkable. Buy one each for you and the wife. And then kind of the other beers I would buy would probably be kind of session style beers. This is the sort of beer that I would finish on at a barbecue and go, right, I'm going to stagger down the hill now. That sort of beer. Solid, dependable, enjoyable, drinkable, refreshing. Oh, that's good. That's really, really, really good. North Brewing Company. For me, so my thoughts on North Brewing Company are that they are passionate about beer first and foremost. They want, I think they would want their beer to be really, 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 really good over like, profit is important, of course it is. It always will be. Always will be. But I think they got a good business model. They're starting to open bars. So they're starting to brew their beer and pump it into their own bars. And I think that's the best business model. It really is. To be able to kind of like sell it to your own customers is a tried and tested business model. All of your regional breweries have done it successfully over the years. Look at your Green Kings, your Shepherd Neames, your Brains, your Badgers. They always just brew their beers and they push them out to their kind of pubs, don't they? And you can always get an Abbottale or you can always get a Badger Thirsty Ferret. You can always buy a pint of Brains SA or Marston's Pedigree in a Marston's pub. For me, the business model that North Brewing Company have taken is that they're kind of opening a bar, opening another bar, and then they will go, right, we need to add another fermenter to the brewery, or we need to move brewery now because we need a brewery big enough to supplement our bars. And although they do put out some supermarket beer, like I'm looking at here, it's not their bread and butter. It's not their kind of like be all and end all, if you like. I think their business model will ultimately, in these tough times, probably prove the most successful. That's my own personal opinion on it. If I was to open up a brewery, first and foremost, the first thing I would be looking at is, can I buy a pub or two to service this brewery? I wouldn't be opening up a brewery and then going cap in hand to the independent pubs. Can you buy my beer? I just think it's too difficult. It's too difficult because you've got your InBevs and you've got, you know, they'll fit a new bar for an independent company, an independent brewery, an independent pub, should I say. They'll give them a year's free Sky TV. They'll fit out their bar for nothing. But the point is, once that happens, it becomes a tie. You have to buy InBev beers. And it's so hard. I worked as a salesman in beer. And this is becoming a very different beer review, isn't it? Point is, if you want to leave right now, the beer's fantastic. But the point is, I was going to kind of pubs as a beer salesman one week and they were independent. The next week you go along, they were like, oh, we can't buy your beer anymore because we've signed this deal with InBev and they're about to fit out us with a brand new lovely bar, but we have to buy their beer off them for the next 5 years. It's like an interest-free loan, isn't it? Yeah, this is lovely. Lovely beer. A little bit of coconut, a little bit of lime. Very drinkable, lovely and refreshing. Brilliant beer. I like it, I really do. £3.50 a can. Yeah, it's that kind of just about impulsive purchase item. Your little bit of a treat at the end of a long barbecue. Your treat beer. That's what I call that, a treat beer. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.